3 more to go. Next up, Ron DiLeo, SafeTravelRx. Ron, take the stage.
Hey, I'm Ron DiLeo, and I'm going to introduce you to SafeTravelRx, which is a smartphone app that connects you live to emergency assistance, no matter where you are in the world, 24/7 at the touch of a button. So before I show you how the app actually operates, let me just kind of set the stage. For those of you who are familiar with business travel, you'll be familiar with the concept of duty of care. So duty of care is a company's responsibility for the safety and well-being of their employees while they're in the course of business travel. That means if that employee gets in trouble in an emergency, in a terrorist incident or whatever, it's the company's responsibility to get that person out of harm's way and get them in, to some place that's safe. Now, there's a number of solutions that have been in the marketplace since the late 1990s that companies use to support their programs for their individual travelers. But they're all designed for large companies, Fortune 500 type companies and so forth. And there's no solution until now for individual business travelers or for smaller companies that wouldn't spend the kind of money that an enterprise-wide solution offers. So there's 2 components to SafeTravelRx. There's the travel risk management and safety component, which we actually license that capability from one of the world's leading providers of that service. And there's a medical component, which consists of technology that we've developed, proprietary technology that includes 5 different patents. So let me show you, how the app actually works. So let's say I'm here at the hotel, I'm in the fitness center, as I was this morning, and I throw my back out. So I fall and I can't get up. So I pull out my phone, I hit the emergency button, and it dials 911. It connects me to, a 911 operator. It also sends a text message, which is what you see on the screen up there, between the operator and the phone. And that text message includes some pertinent information that typically that operator is going to ask me for anyway. But rather than wasting a lot of time in a never good circumstance asking a lot of questions, they spend time confirming the information that was sent to them via text. Now, so what just happened there? Well, first of all, I'm here in California, so my phone knew that, so it dialed 911. If I were in Europe, it would have dialed 122. If I was in Vietnam, it would have dialed 91. So one of our patents recognizes where the phone is, goes to a directory that we created, and then dials the appropriate emergency number. The second thing that's patented is the text message. So by having the information at the fingertips of the operator, it cuts the amount of time to speak to that operator literally in less than half. They also have the ability to forward that information to the ambulance, so they know a little bit about you when they come and pick you up. So let me take you to the help desk. So the help desk is actually manned by AIG Travel Guard. This is the medical assistance desk that they use for their travel insurance policy customers. Let's say I've flown to Milan, I get to my hotel, I unpack, and I realize that I forgot my blood pressure medicine, lisinopril. So I call the help desk, I let them know the situation, and I tell them that I'm going to need another prescription. So they ask me what my prescribing doctor's information is, which I give them. They connect my doctor with their network doctor in Milan, and that network doctor then has the ability to confirm my prescription requirements and call the prescription into the pharmacy of my choice. So then the help desk says, so what's the closest pharmacy to where your hotel is? So I go to my pharmacy button, I hit the pharmacy button, it pulls up a Google map, it drops a big blue pin locating where I am, and it identifies all the pharmacies that are near my location at that particular point in time. And I pick the one, just the one that's circled there. Excuse me, with the one that's circled there, and that's where the prescription gets called in. And then the help desk tells me, by the way, lisinopril is called Dicapril in Italy. It's a different brand. So you're going to be picking up a prescription for Dicapril, not lisinopril, which I would have never known. So being that my Italian isn't what it used to be, I also asked them if they'll be available if I get in trouble, as I often do in a pharmacy, and would they be able to speak Italian? And if I needed to do that, of course, they do that. So that's the help desk. So let me take you through the rest of the buttons quickly. When you download the app from your app store of choice, you fill out an electronic questionnaire. It takes less than 5 minutes for you to complete. And what that questionnaire does is it pre-populates the entire app. So when you click the My Doctors button, all the information you put in about your physicians and their contact details, it's all in the app. And if you hit the phone number that you see there under the doctor's details, it would connect you directly to that doctor's office or their telemedicine network if you happen to be a telemedicine customer. The medical chart is a drop-down menu that you complete during the registration process. It includes all the pertinent information there. The insurance information is information that you put in, but it also gives you the ability to have a photograph of the front and back of your card, which you're going to need when you get to the doctor or to the hospital. The rest of the information, you click that picture up in the top right, which is me, and you get my basic information. You click the emergency contact information, you get to see my lovely wife and her details. And the last piece is security, which is connected to World Aware, the artist formerly known as iJet.
Thank you very much, Ron. Your time is up.
There you are. Okay.
Over to the stool, Dragons.
Thanks. Could you tell us about the relationship with AIG? So are you sort of a reseller of their services, and do you compete with them?
It's so complicated selling insurance, so the short answer is no.
Okay.
We contract with them just to use their medical assistance desk. We will have a program where you can buy their insurance, but that's not what we do today. They're strictly a call center management company.
Gotcha.
What's the business model?
So the business model is we're licensing the medical technology. We're licensing the API for that through travel management companies, and we've got 6 of the top 20 that are waiting for proposals for us from right now. We have a corporate direct model that we'll be introducing probably in second quarter of next year, where we'll sell directly to the corporations, which is the full duty of care model. And then the big elephant is consumer, which is, we all know, is the hardest one to get to, but we'll go after retirement, community, like AARP, we'll go after the military, we'll go after veterans, university travel. It's just you just got to check it off one at a time.
Not millennials? It's not a millennial play?
Well, so when you have kids, when you're old enough to have kids that are, that are going for that semester abroad, you're gonna buy that app, and we bill it on a monthly subscription, and don't have a minimum requirement. So if it's just a 6-month thing, you don't have to buy this big enterprising solution. And if you're traveling to exotic places, as a lot of millennials do, you're going to want to have this kind of assistance at your fingertips. So it applies to everybody. It's just hard to get to that consumer side of things,
So I assume you need cell signal for it to work properly.
I beg your pardon?
You need cell signal, mobile service for it to work
Cell
properly. You
signal.
need a plan, so you need the roaming.
do.
How does this compare to something like the Garmin product, the InReach, which I'm sure you're familiar with? It's people use for backcountry stuff.
So that's the iPhone. That's one of the iPhone and I Can't Get Up products, right? So they operate, you got to wear something around your neck or some kind of a jewelry model. It connects you to a landline that's nearby that connects you to an emergency service. We have a jewelry patent, which will be implemented later next year. But it connects you right without a landline, connects you directly to the emergency service. There's no in between. And price-wise, those products that you described start at like $29 a month. Ours retails for $14.99 a month. And if you're a corporate user, it goes down to $6.99 a month.
I didn't even know that 911 could receive text messages. Is that very common around the world?
It's a great question. So about 50% of them here in the US operate on cellular networks. Outside the US, it gets up closer to 80%. So if there's no cellular network, the text message isn't going to go anywhere, but you're still going to get connected right away with no middle people, whatsoever, and the information's on your phone. So if the responder knows that it's there and they can go and look at the phone, you got the information there.
So where do you go with this? I mean, is this just a feature that ultimately gets embedded into an insurance play or a larger package? I mean, do you have a big business here? Where do you go with this?
So it is a big business, and it's a very scalable business. And because we're just the technology component of it, we don't need a lot of overhead and resources to do it. By licensing it through the travel management companies, that's going to be a huge channel for us. And when we're dealing directly with individual travelers, it just keeps renewing itself. You know, I mean, one of my favorite expressions is, I always wanted a business that makes money while you sleep. This is one of them, you know. We'll break even by the end of next year, and we'll be profitable by 2020.
Thank you very much, Ron.
Okay, thanks.